Now, you're welcome again. I talk about corrective zones. Those are the zones that you want price to come back to. Before you now start saying, okay, we are now in the impulsive move, and price start going to your direction. Now, what you want to do for internal structure, you might know I've said it before, like gold now that's been reversing for almost 4 months, and you don't want to fold your hands and not do anything because we are in the internal structure. So what you want to do is that the first clue you want to have is the monthly time frame. What is it doing? Like what type of candle do we have on the monthly time frame? Then if we already have this bearish candle, this will be a green on your chart. This will be a green candle on your chart. So what you want to do is to be following that monthly direction for internal structure. You want to follow the monthly direction. Even when you begin to have external structure, so it's going to still follow the direction anyway. So what you want to do is to follow the monthly direction. I repeat myself, follow the monthly direction if you are actually in the internal structure. So that's number one cheat for you, number one secret of what you can really do to make money during the time that price is actually very very the chart is in internal structure, is not yet going inside. Now what you want to do next is to go to the daily time frame. The daily time frame, that's where I'm picking it here beside that pencil, is where I'm picking. So you want to look for that zone, that corrective zone on the daily time frame. That corrective zone, let me show you this first zone that first fake a buy and take us down. You might be interested in price coming back here before taking us down. Let me repeat myself. Let me just oh Jesus. Let me erase all this so that you can see clearly. Very good. So thank you. Yeah, so as I was saying, the zone that first fake a buy and give us that new low, you might be interested in price coming back to that zone. I repeat, you might be interested in price coming back to this zone, then before it take us down again. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying. So can you see, as small and tiny as this junction is here, as small as tiny as this junction is, can you see that price, after it creates that new low, price went up there and come and create a new low for us. This is the recent low and it creates, this is the recent low and it came and dash that new low down. So this is how to trade. You want to pay attention, and you can also catch another sell because the monthly is selling. You have red candles, bearish candles there, so you want to also be selling for internal structure. So what you want to do is to also come to 4 hours. You can use 4 hours too. Sorry. So that's where the issue of managing your risk is. So you want to come to 4 hours. You want to pay attention to that zone. In fact, the zone that is very clear even on 4 hours is still that zone. On gold, it's still this zone. I was telling you that it's best that you wait for at least two corrective zones. This is the first one, then the second one. It's best that you wait for this. Sorry. So currently it's looking as if we are not yet in the right zone. So it's best that you wait for price to come back here, come back here. So it's best that you wait for price to come back to this place, then before you now think of selling down. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying. So it's best that you wait for price to come back to, sorry, come back to this zone, this corrective zone. This is the corrective zone. I've told you that we work with previous histories. So we want price to come back to this zone before we now think of, okay, let's sell down. But if price will break this zone, then we now know that, okay, it's like we are no longer going to be selling. You know, these guys are not uptrend initially. So if price will break this zone, then we are no longer selling for now. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So it's important that you pay attention to what I am saying. So let me check BTC for us as well. BTC US. So the zone the first zone here is at this zone. The first, okay, the first clear zone is here. This first corrective, this one has plenty corrective zone, but as I've said it before, that it's best that you wait for two. It's best that you wait for two corrective zone. This is the first one here, the first one, but this one is not that clear, and can you see that it has break itself? So it's best that you wait for this corrective zone. Wait for this corrective zone, then you will see our the reaction there. I will teach you all those reactions before we now send it down. I believe we all understand. So these are the corrective zone on the 4 hours that you want to pay attention to before you make any decision. So I believe I've been able to explain corrective zones. This is how to trade corrective zones in an internal structure. So I've explained that of external structure while I was explaining corrective zone. So this is how to trade corrective zone in an internal structure. If you don't understand anything, please kindly reach out to me. So you have an assignment. Go and set a particular corrective zone on the 5 pairs that you have been using so far as your assignment. Go and set a particular corrective zone. Just put your stop loss a little bit above, then send it to the new low. If it's an internal structure, if it's an external structure, look for the 4 hours or the daily time frame zone, then send it down, then you make your money. All right, till then, I'll see you guys later.